is the kitchen. Um, this house was built in 1954. And when they built it, there was no big window here. And they decided later that they wanted this window, so they cut this window out to open up this space.
How long have you lived here?
How long have I lived here? This is our 7th year here.
Wow.
This house was originally not part of the village. It was added later. I don't know when it became part of the village. But the folks who built it were the Lewis family. They were a pretty big family in Yellow Springs. And Red Lewis, the patriarch of the family, was the head of the Republican Party for Greene County. But now it's Republicans don't live here anymore. So,
Are these your photos?
those are my photography, my arts. I used to be an artist.
You used to be?
Well, I didn't really. Now I make bread, so I'm not as much of an artist. I used to be an artist, and I used to. I mean, I guess what I mean by that is I used to do it full time. That's it. That's the magic. Without that, there's nothing.
So how long have you been using this starter?
Since the very beginning, since like...
So like 7 years, or 6 years?
Yeah, 6 or 7 years ago, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a mess down here too.
Okay, so this is where you mill the flour?
This is where I mill the flour. These are the 2 flour mills. They're stone mills. So these are different grains. This is some spelt. Grown in northern Ohio by a Mennonite farmer up there. These are rye berries from a farm in Pennsylvania. And this is a heritage wheat called Red Fife Winter Wheat that's grown just south of us in Clinton County by John Brandstratter, farmer down there. So I'll take these grain berries and I'll put them through these mills and turn them into flour. And I do that every week for a couple hours every week. These mills are pretty loud. They get really loud. Take this very fine meshed sifter, and I'll take some of that flour that I've just made over there, whole grain flour, and I'll sift it, and it will, the very largest pieces of bran will sift out, and I end up with a flour that's between whole grain flour and white flour. The very largest pieces of bran, and I'll take those out. And down here I've got the endosperm and the germ and some of the bran, the smallest pieces of bran. So I've still got a pretty nutritious and tasty flour, but it will make a little bit lighter and fluffier bread. Yeah, it makes this bread different is that there's a lot of effort put into it. See that?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Seeds. All right, here we go. Hey Siri, set the timer for 6 minutes. Godel. Okay. You did not. You want it golden. I guess, so unlike those other bakeries, I don't need to be consistent. And I kind of choose not to be consistent. I'm always making new things every week. I'm always pretty clear with people that if I'm making something new, I don't know what it will be like. There's no guarantees. So this is the very active starter. I fed it like at 7 a.m. It's a little shower cap. Give her an A, Khalil.
I'm putting that in.
Now they just rest. Something called bench resting. I made this.
It's an octopus.
Does it look like one?
Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Alright. So the idea here is to give this a little more structure. So we do a couple different kind of folds in here to kind of layer the dough on itself. And then you want it to be kind of tight, so we do this kind of rolling motion to get it tight. And that will help it kind of get as big as it can in the oven. Ta-da. What brings me joy is really being interested in something and learning to do it really well and being able to do it a lot. And for that thing that I'm interested in, that I get to do a lot, be of some kind of service to others or useful to others in some way. So in the past, that was photography and art. You know, I could make pictures that I cared about a lot, and then pictures those same pictures could find an audience, and other people might care a lot about. And that was really very satisfying and very profound, actually, to be able to do that, to be able to kind of document and express myself through the camera and the image, and then to discover and find other people that could relate to that, and in that sense build a kind of almost kind of an emotional community. There's quite a lot of people in the community that eat the bread, and so it's kind of like a service for them, which is really neat. And there's been a few people in the village who were near the end of their life, and the only thing they could eat was this bread. And so that's really a neat thing to be a part of, to sort of be one of the few final pleasures in somebody's life, to sort of be able to provide that for them. And conversely, there's several children in the village who love the bread a lot, and they're really picky eaters, and they really don't like to eat a lot of other food, and so they eat the Blue House bread. Plain, ordinary, boring.
Regular Blue House bread.
That's for you.
For me?